Football has spent decades cultivating an identity rooted in toughness, dominance, and controlled chaos. To many outsiders, it looks like a violent collision of oversized athletes, a weekly ritual where strength and aggression reign supreme. And to be fair, that perception isn't entirely wrong. In many ways, professional football resembles a modern-day coliseum. Every Sunday, 22 physically imposing men line up on opposite sides of an imaginary line, launch forward at full speed, and crash into one another with incredible force. The ball, the yardage, the scoreboard. Sometimes they feel like little more than structure imposed on raw savagery. But that image only scratches the surface. Because hidden beneath the violence, the chest thumping, and the highlight reel hits is something far less obvious and far more fascinating. Football, especially at the NFL level, is an intensely cerebral sport. In fact, when viewed through the right lens, it begins to resemble chess played at full sprint. And perhaps no position embodies that contradiction better than the quarterback. If you ever want proof of just how technical modern football has become, you don't need to study film or analyze formations. All you have to do is look at a quarterback's wrist. At first glance, a QB wristband looks utterly incomprehensible. It's packed with numbers, letters, abbreviations, and coded phrases that appear closer to a foreign language than anything associated with sports. Yet this small strip of laminated paper holds the blueprint for one of the most complex systems in professional athletics. Surprisingly, its origins are anything but flashy. The story begins in 1965 with Tom Matt, a player who was never meant to be a quarterback at all. Matty described himself modestly as a jack of all trades, but his resume tells a different story. After starring at Ohio State, he went on to enjoy a long and productive NFL career with the Baltimore Colts. He earned multiple Pro Bowl selections, won championships, and even led the league in rushing touchdowns. Still, no one would have predicted that Matt would leave his greatest mark on football history during a moment of pure improvisation. During a game that season, the Colts suddenly found themselves without a quarterback. Injuries sidelined both starters, including Hall of Famer Johnny Unitas. With no better option, legendary head coach Don Shula turned to Matty and asked him to step in under center. Knowing the challenge ahead, Shula proposed a simple solution. Write the plays down, strap them to Matt's wrist, and signal which one to run. The wristband itself was basic, covered in plastic to protect it from rain, and the plays were neatly handwritten by Matt's wife, whose penmanship was better suited for fitting everything onto the tiny sheet. What happened next felt almost unbelievable. The Colts won that game. Then they won 2 of the next 3, with Matt running the offense. Just like that, an innovation born out of necessity became a permanent fixture in football history. The quarterback wristband had arrived. Over the decades, that simple cheat sheet has evolved into a vital command center. Today's NFL offenses are sprawling, layered systems built on timing, spacing, and precision. They feature complex route combinations, protection schemes, motion adjustments, audibles, and built-in contingencies for nearly every defensive look imaginable. While head coaches and offensive coordinators design these systems, quarterbacks are responsible for bringing them to life. The modern QB isn't just a thrower of the football. He's a processor, a communicator, and a decision-maker operating under relentless pressure. There was a time when quarterbacks could rely on instinct and improvisation. Gunslingers could make mistakes and recover with talent alone, but that era is largely gone. In today's NFL, quarterbacks must function as extensions of the coaching staff. Arm strength means little if a player can't diagnose coverages, adjust protections, or command the offense with precision. This is why so many dominant college quarterbacks struggle to transition to the professional game. The speed increases, yes, but more importantly, the mental demands explode. Learning an NFL offense is like learning a new language, complete with grammar, syntax, and regional dialects unique to each team. To see the difference, look at a well-orchestrated offense like the Kansas City Chiefs. When Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes get rolling, the operation looks effortless, almost surgical. Every movement has purpose. Every route complements another. Compare that to a struggling offense like the New York Jets, where even talented players often appear disconnected. It's not always about personnel. It's about structure, creativity, and understanding. At times, it feels like they're playing entirely different sports. And yet, all of this complexity, years of coaching philosophy, hundreds of hours of film study, thousands of reps in practice, somehow gets condensed onto a wristband no larger than an index card. Take a look at an old wristband from Brett Favre's 2005 season. It's dense, cluttered, and overwhelming. Even without the threat of a blitzing linebacker, simply memorizing that information would be daunting. Now imagine trying to process it in under 5 seconds while 300-pound defenders are charging toward you. Still, there is logic behind the chaos. Every play call generally breaks down into 3 core components: formation, protection, and routes. While teams use proprietary terminology, many concepts are universal across the league. Once you understand the framework, patterns begin to emerge. Consider a Patriots era. Tom Brady play call. Gun Brown RT right, 74 HOSX, follow gun, tells the offense to line up in shotgun. Brown signals an empty backfield. RT designates where the tight end aligns. 74 sets the protection scheme. Then come the routes. HOS, a hybrid of hitch and seam, and X-follow, a coordinated crossing concept designed to exploit coverage. Even after all of that, the quarterback's job is far from finished. Receivers may adjust their routes based on the defense. Protections may shift. The quarterback must identify the coverage, anticipate the break, trust the timing, and deliver the ball, all while navigating a collapsing pocket. When you step back and consider the full scope of the responsibility, it becomes clear why quarterbacks are paid what they are. They aren't just athletes, they're strategists operating in chaos. Thanks to pioneers like Don Shula and Tom Matt, quarterbacks today have tools that make managing that chaos possible. That humble wristband, born out of desperation, has become one of the most important instruments in the sport. So the next time you watch an NFL game, remember, beneath the violence and spectacle lies a battle of minds. And that raises an intriguing question. Is quarterback the toughest position in all of sports?